Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing NFL preseason week 2 with a living handicapping legend, Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. He has been doing this successfully for almost 30 years. He's profiled all over the place in the media and continues to be successful in 2015. Is that right, Joe?
That is correct. I will definitely be a legend. Of course, I got to improve my diet to make sure that I'm living for quite a few more years. But look, there is a reason I've been able to stick around through many mediums before the internet, after the internet. There's a lot of things I'm not very good at, but one thing I am tremendous at is picking winners.
And right now we're going to take a look at Denver and Houston. And this is an interesting matchup. Houston's a 3-point favorite right now. I did see earlier in the week it was got up to 3.5 at some places. Now it's firmly back down to 3, though. Total's 41, and all the quarterbacks in this game played pretty well in week 1. All 3 of Houston's QBs, Mallett, Hoyer, and Savage, all did pretty well in their week 1 game. The receivers look good for Houston, and Brock Osweiler for Denver played pretty impressively against Seattle last week. He threw a touchdown. He had a bunch of yards. I'm thinking that the lean here would have to be the over 41, considering the quality of the preseason caliber quality of quarterback that we'll see here. And I'm thinking it's a nail biter that goes down to the wire. And I think you have to take Denver plus the points at +3. My leans would be Denver +3 and stronger to the over 41. What's your take on that analysis, Joe Duffy?
I'm going to go with the Broncos. I actually saw today before we did this that it looks like the Peyton Manning's going to play a pretty significant amount. Gary Kubiak wants him to really adjust to the system. Manning is a perfectionist. He's not going to just want to get warmed up. He's going to want to really learn this system. He'll be airing the ball out. He could play as much as a half. Now, from what I've seen, anywhere from 1 quarter to a half. If he plays a full half, that would surprise me. But based on Kubiak's comments, that's a pretty good possibility. And especially when you want to learn a new offense, that means that the schemes are not going to be vanilla. They're going to throw in some creativity. So I think that Denver is a pretty strong play here, especially as it gets closer to game time, if it looks like Manning is going to play. But I also think that this line, that the public is probably going to bet Denver, so you want to get Denver early.
I guess the only question with that is just that Houston has, whoever's at quarterback for Houston, is going to be someone who has some experience and has done well. They got 3 guys all fighting it out and all playing well right now. So that's a dangerous thing to bet against in the preseason, right?
Well, I will say this, especially if you can find a sports book that has a live line. If the Broncos are looking very good, maybe the Texans on the live line, because Tom Savage, all the reports on him, the rookie, he has been very impressive. A lot of people are saying that he's pretty much been a steal in the draft. And, yeah, Houston does have 3 quarterbacks. They have a legitimate battle. Mallett's one of these guys who has a phenomenal arm. He hasn't quite put it all together. He hasn't lived up to his expectations. Look, Brian Hoyer, as I said, he's not necessarily one of these guys who is, the type of guy that I like to go against in the preseason, where he's already had a chance at a starter and that, he's basically set it back up. That's not the case. He could still win the starting job. So I would actually agree with you. You're starting to talk me even more and more into the over, and I do think that Houston will probably do their part late.
All right, Joe. Well, it sounds like we're roughly in agreement on this game. Joe Duffy's final picks every week are, of course, at his website, OffshoreInsiders.com. For the purposes of our record keeping, I'm going to give over 41 as an official pick. Joe Duffy, what would you like to do with this one for the purposes of our official record keeping in these videos?
I will go with the Denver Broncos.
Denver +3. Thanks so much, Joe. Talk to you again very soon.